Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Jester cast here. Today I got the Craft Cup number 5 EU finals between NightEnd playing as the green Protoss down in the bottom left and Mouse Esports MaNa up here at the top right. This is a PvP. He is the red Protoss, the green Protoss. We saw in game number 1 Tower Rush by NightEnd did not work whatsoever against Mouse MaNa. Was able to get that warp gate technology up in time, and he used his barracks to great effect. He just bent pure stalker for defense, defeated the Zealot Rush more or less, and then he was able to use the warp gates to take out take out NightEnd. So that puts us up at a 1-0 lead for MaNa in this early game. So build orders, I don't know. We got pretty much the standard opener. I mean, we're only one pylon in. So that being said, I don't really see too much that this, the tower rushing in this map is probably not going to be nearly as effective. So I hope I really don't see that strategy again. There's just so much extra distance between these two camps that, I mean, it's just not super useful. So we have NightEnd coming in here and just basically going to cause some havoc, attack some shields, no problem. We do have Mouse MaNa taking his probe out for a walk down the road, no problem at all. Now, in higher levels of play, we do usually like to see the PvP do a gas swap. And right now, NightEnd is just content to let this probe kind of just sit here as the gateway comes in. Yeah, we do have the gateway there. Both players have started their gas now. With an extra pylon coming in for MaNa. So MaNa's probe is now here. He's going to not get chased around. Just going to pop in for a quick look. Wanted to take that gas, or maybe not. Maybe he's just going to run around. So yeah, I guess no gas swaps here at all. Just going to be keeping running around. Maybe steal some minerals, play some tag. Yep, these probes are definitely playing some tag. Outcoming with a gateway. Let's use this tab up here. Production. There we go. So one Zealot apiece. Basically, they are mirror images of each other at this point in time. So this little red probe just wants to create some havoc, steal some minerals, keep them off the mineral line, and really that's inconsequential at this point. But both of them are going to be taking up this time, so no more cheese like last time. No tower rushing, no Zealot versus Zealot epic fight. Oh, that was a pretty good block by NightEnd there. Actually, probably an unintentional block, but hey, whatever works. So now this probe is playing tag with this Zealot, and really, Mr. Zealot, you do not have your charged legs. You are not going to be chasing. Well, actually, okay, I take that back. Yeah, I was going to say you're never really going to be tagging MaNa here for being it, but I eat my words. So there's a little bit of a gas swap. That's kind of what I wanted to see there. Stealing this gas, canceling, redoing. Nope, that's a lie. That's red. So, yeah. So that was a little bit of an impediment there by NightEnd. Taking that gas. Should have taken a little bit early so you could let it finish. And basically the extra gas that you deny is almost the difference between what you can and cannot do mid to late game. So both of these players going for the robo. One gate robo, one gate robo. As I said, mirror images of each other at this point. Now also, again, in the higher play, you rarely see 1v1 Protoss blocking off this ramp. Now, most of the time, they'll just mass up, and if they really need to block that, they will go sentries and get the force field. And that, one force field really can block this off nicely. Of course, you won't be able to use your Zealots, but, I mean, if you have not observers. If you have sentries, you're most likely going stalkers anyways, and the Zealots are there for meat shield purposes. So up comes MaNa. Nope, not upcoming MaNa. I can't really imagine that these two are going to be dancing for too much in the way of. Oh, maybe no. He really wants to go in here. He really wants to take a look around, and I hope he likes what he sees. Incoming Immortal for that NightEnd player. So where is that Immortal? There's that Immortal. Going to be cutting off this Stalker, no problem. He's saying, get out of my house. This is my zone. So, oh, look, there we go. Sentry. I don't think he'll have enough mana. He does, indeed. There we go. Force field on the ramp. He does not want to let that stalker get away. That was a very expensive scouting mission there, Mr. MaNa. But, hey, you're the pro, not me. So we have transitioned now to a 3-gate, 1 robo, incoming warp prism. So here we go, a little bit of old school StarCraft drop wars. So he's going to be dropping that right here, probably in the behind, but Hidden Stargate says what from NightEnd. So at this point in time, MaNa here is going to come all the way down and kind of just try to drop down here, find this starport, and then he's going to have to definitely switch up some tech. I mean, he seems to be going a little bit Stalker Sentry heavy. He does have an Immortal on the way, and we do have a lot more kind of ground forces here on NightEnd's part. I mean, he is the one going Stargate, Double Gate, Robo Bay. I don't see an Observer, however, for NightEnd, so this is a good advantage for MaNa. MaNa knows exactly what's going on. He knows that this Warp Prism can't be hit really whatsoever. Warp Gates are in, so down comes these 4 Zealots. He's going to go right into phasing mode and just zoom right back in with more. But looks like NightEnd really kind of predicted what was going to go on here and easily defended that. No problem. So good try, Mr. MaNa. Good try. But now that you have vision on this high ground, these stalkers are going to be very useful. But out comes a Phoenix. So he definitely knows that something is up with NightEnd. Phoenix coming out. We do have another gate coming out for... That's not blue, that's red. So 2 gate here. Twilight Council and lots of Phoenix. That's what I call lots of Phoenixes. So the Phoenix Harass, it can be very useful against non-anti-air kind of comps. And in this case, 5 Stalkers and some observers, not observers, some sentries is kind of very anti-air heavy. So like the Phoenix harass, like 2 of them like this right here. I mean, the Phoenix are fast. They can attack while moving. Or sorry, they can move and attack at the same time, so they get the extra round off. Now, well, this probe right here at this Zelnaga Watchtower is going to see this no problem. And, well, actually, he's catching him flat-footed here as all the anti-air is out for a day. And this is basically what the 2 Phoenixes do. That with Graviton Beam, you can just come right in here, bring someone up, and the other one will kill it, no problem. And that's really fun to do right here at the mineral line. And at the mineral line, I mean, any advantage you can get economics-wise, no problem. See, there you go. Up goes that probe. No problem being finished off by the other Phoenix. And really, Mr. MaNa here is just going to know everything that's going to go on. Twilight Council coming in for the legs. So he's going to go for kind of this heavy Phoenix build to Zealots. And the charge lots will definitely make a lot of difference in these team fights. So, Mr. MaNa... And yeah, I'm just going to keep going to Mr. MaNa. It has a good ring to it. Mr. MaNa with the anti-air, all these stalkers, no problem, going to be chasing these Phoenixes away. As I said, they're a lot more effective, especially against Zerg. Very effective against Zerg because they have no real tier 1 ranged units except that Queen, and you can just lift her up, shoot her. She will go back down, you just lift her up again, shoot her, and she's typically dead by then. So it's always fun to see Phoenix harass strats going down. We are up to 4 Phoenixes, but we do have robotics bays on the way, which is very indicative of Colossi. And if it's not going to be Colossi, it's going to be a drop strat here from Mr. MaNa, because he still has this Warp Prism running around. Here comes the Phoenix harass. As I said, very useful to just jump in there, grab a few probes, and run, just get back out before you die. And I mean, that's really going to be very useful for NightEnd, because it's going to give a good resource advantage. So we got 2 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills. We're up to 6 kills now on these combined for these Phoenixes, whichever you want to call them. I'm just going to call them Phoenix. If you like it, great. If you don't, well, say so, and maybe I'll change that out. So hello, Mr. Clifford Armstrong in this cast. Let's go to busy. Yep, I like being busy. Nah, yep. Good time. So, this observer, I mean, invaluable observer, he is just able to see everything that NightEnd here is doing. Now, NightEnd, obviously saturation, lots more probes coming out. Each player does seem to be on the verge of expansion. So we got him going down here. We got Mr. MaNa going up top. Another wave of harassment coming. Going to catch him flat-footed, no problem. And the great thing about Phenai is that if you go Colossi, exactly like Mr. MaNa here, that Colossi is very vulnerable to these the air attacks from Mr. NightEnd. But at this point, we're gonna say, I don't think I'm gonna stand for this. I'm gonna come down and hunt you down. Look at the army sizes; they are very comparable. 114, 109, but that is still an advantage. Weirdly enough, in NightEnd. So in goes the force fields going up, cutting off this army. These Zealots are just running around. They really don't know what to be doing because they are cut off. These Phenai, no problem, going to be taking out this Colossi, and that's going to give a huge advantage to NightEnd. Even blinking, look at that, blink micro for Mr. MaNa, but it is just not going to save you. Those Phoenixes just destroyed your Colossi. The force field's going down was, if that was you, not the best idea, as it really just did not serve well for your Zealots, and really, that's going to be that. So these Immortals, 4 kills on this Immortal. Immortals are great counters to these Stalkers because they are armored, and Immortals deal excellent damage against armored. 70 damage against armored. Really not the best against anything else. But Thermal Lances will carve through those Zealots. No problem. Let's just take a quick look at the army. Lost 30 points of army right there, and really is just going to be losing more here. Up goes the Phoenixes. Graviton Beams are just going to take you right out of the fight. And picking up these two, no problem. Now they're just separated. They are toast, no problem whatsoever. And this just really is not looking good for Mr. MaNa. I mean, he is a very stalker heavy build, and right now it does not seem we have no more Immortals, production. We don't even have any coming down the pipe. So, but we do have a lot of these Colossi now. The AoE damage from Colossi in those straight lines, no problem, going to be cleaving out a good path of the Meat Shield. And the Meat Shield has a name, it is Zealot, but these guys do not have the charge, whereas Mr. NightEnd here, he does have the charge, and that makes a huge difference when it comes down to the fights. So these sentries going to be force fielding, going to be trying to cutting off escape here, separating the army into very killable parts. These Phoenixes should be having a fun time against this Colossi, and there goes the force field. Blinking in, however, is going to nullify that advantage, but these Immortals are just going to be doing so much damage to these Stalkers, no problem. There's some health bars for you. I mean, barely took any damage, so Mr. MaNa getting knocked back into his rightful place, as it is now a 1-1 for the series. So we have 1-1 each, and NightEnd coming back very strong with the Phoenix Harass. I mean, that took out so many minerals. And then the great use of force fields, Colossi, and of course these Immortals. How many kills was on this Immortal? 11 kills on this Immortal. I mean, that is om nom nom. He was fed very nice. 3 on this guy. He was a newbie. No worries. These Colossi, I mean, again, just took out 5 kills on this Phoenix. Oh, well done, sir. Alright, so that is the end of game number 2 for this Craft Cup series, number 5 from the EU brackets, and we will see you guys in game number 3.